Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Qapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Professor Brainy Specs. Happy birthday to you. And may all your libraries be filled with books, or whatever it is libraries are filled with these days. Happy birthday, Professor Brainy Specs. Qapla. And hello, world. It's Bird of Prey 5. Also Qapla. It is Enterprise Wednesday for Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, aka Professor Brainy Specs' birthday. Today we are watching Star Trek Enterprise Season 2, Episode 9, Singularity. This episode originally aired on November 20th, 2002, 1 week to the day after my own birthday in 2002. And I just put the link up for anyone who'd like to join me on the panel, and the link to the screening room for if you're new here and you want to watch today's episode of Enterprise while we are live. You can do so in the Bird of Prey 5 screening room, which you can get to at birdofprey5.com/SR. If you watch this after the stream is over, you can always get the episode up if you obviously have it on physical media, on Blu-ray or DVD, or if you have a streaming service that is still streaming Enterprise, such as such as CBS All Access, but CBS All Access doesn't exist anymore. It's Paramount Plus, such as Paramount Plus. You can always watch it there. And I found it was an upsetting article about how, and in truth, there was nothing confirmed. But the article talked about how, because of the times and because people are a bunch of crybaby snowflakes, that there was talk of removing the TNG episode Code of Honor from Paramount Plus because somehow it could be considered offensive to some viewers, and that they would potentially consider removing an episode of Star Trek for being too offensive to modern audiences. And while I get a lot of people find that episode, I don't think they find it offensive so much as just stupid. The thought that they might one day take down a Star Trek episode from a streaming service just really brings home the notion that it's not enough to subscribe to Paramount Plus or Netflix and think that's enough. If you are a true Star Trek fan, and I'm not talking about a casual Star Trek fan, there's plenty, and that's fine. If you're a casual Star Trek fan, I'm not making you the enemy or anything. But if you are a tried and true Star Trek fan, if you make every choice in the world and you see, your question is it good for me? Is it good for them? And is it good for the whales? If you are a tried and true Trek fan, it's not enough to have Paramount Plus or Netflix or whatever, Hulu. You need the physical media, because the day may come where they decide, hey, Code of Honor needs to be removed from streaming services. And then after Code of Honor, what will they come for? Spock's brain? Journey to Babel? Who knows? Who knows? Welcome, Professor Brainy Specs, birthday boy.
Qapla, bird of prey.
Qapla, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
So we celebrate your birth. Good.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I was streaming earlier on the Bird of Prey 5X channel. I got a copy of Polybridge 3. I decided to play it a little.
And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. It's pretty much the same as the first two games, just some different bridges.
Okay.
Which is fine. I'm okay with that.
Had a little bit of a panic. The screening room was down for a bit, but it's up now. It's up now.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. Yeah, I mean, the screening room is run by a relatively small staff, and by small, I mean I believe there's like one person who codes it, and they occasionally have to upgrade it and update it and whatnot. But it seems to work most of the time. So
good.
And Professor, I see you put in a member chat, a 26-month Karogan citizen member chat, and says, "Bird, I think the screening room is down." Oh, okay. Well, now it's
trying to get
up.
your attention.
Oh, well, that's fine. I just signed into the screening room right before the start of this stream. So if it was down, it was a momentary glitch.
Indeed.
LDG is also saying the screening room is down.
Yeah, he's also saying it's back up.
Okay. And Josh, it says funny how Bird is sending us to Bird's website, not the screening room. Well, birdopray5.com/SR simply redirects you to the screening room. It's just an easier address to remember than the screening room address. So,
well, I think he's referring to you posted watch in the screen room, and then you put in the address just for birdopray5.com.
oh, did I not put in the SR?
I think you might have forgot it.
Ah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's probably what happened. That was my mistake. 47 Yorktown was first in the chat. Hello, 47. John DeMarcos is warning, watch out for collapsing bridges, as he was doing on the Birdo Prey 5X channel. Richie Poole says 3 Vok. Welcome, Richie. And it says, has Bird been building bridges again? This is one of the few episodes I genuinely dislike, says Richie Poole. I give this episode a 4.5 out of 10 on the Birdo Prey 5 rating scale. And then Richie Poole says, Miss Londell could ease my dislike for this episode ever so slightly if he would sing the Enterprise theme song. Miss Londell's not here today, Richie. Miss Londell started a new job today. So his time on YouTube will be significantly less than it was prior to today. We'll still see him. He's still planning every other day to be around, but yeah, not as often as he used to be. Josh Street says, we the people demand little green men. Well, not today, Josh Street. And Josh Street says, remember that you have the Bird screening room bookmark and open and watch along with Birdo Prey 5 only when Birdo Prey 5 is streaming the episode or movie at https://www.birdopray5.com/SR. And yes, that is the correct address for the screening room, although the www part is optional. Josh Reed says, in Birdo Prey 5, YouTube puts the www in front of birdopray5.com/SR when you put the link in this Bird screening room. Well, that's fine. Professor Brainy Specs says, Richie, if you've got some free time, I'd love for you to take a look at my chair. And that likely is a reference to today's episode.
Indeed, it is.
Josh Reed says, remember, there is still time for you to ask your dear Bops at https://www.birdopray5.com and a link to the Dear Bob forum. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone, good evening to the lovely Yvette. Josh Reed says, dear Bob, later Prey 5 has started the opening early. Quick, look out, slide to see if you are still see the sky. What? Look outside to see if you still see the sky. It's still daytime. Joshua says, oh no, Bird is singing happy birthday, Mr. President. I am not. Professor Brainy Specs says, thank you. You are most welcome. I put the link to watch in the screening room, and of course I effed it up. Nevertheless, I will pin the message because it has the panel link.
I wonder if Josh Street is asking if we can see the sky falling because you started early.
Ah, I see. I see. You know what? I will pin Josh Street's link to the correct screening room instead of my own.
That might be a good idea.
Better. And as for people who want to come up on the panel, you'll just have to see the original message. Dan Ben says hi. Welcome, Dan Ben. Dan Ben says SR is Soviet Russia. No. Although, speaking of Soviet Russia, I saw on the Seventh Rule podcast, they had Walter Koenig on, and this was after Picard episode 10 aired, season 3, episode 10, where of course Walter Koenig did a voiceover as Anton Chekhov, as his son. And well, the thing is, when Ryan told Walter Koenig, because Walter Koenig says, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying I said?" And Ryan from the Seventh Rule read out the quote of what Anton Chekhov said. Walter Koenig is like, "I didn't say that." And then he's like, "Are you really? That's what I said?" And like he's like, "Yeah, it's what I heard, you know." And Walter Koenig is like, I am 86 years old, so maybe I'm, he played it. He was like, "Listen, I'm 86. I don't always remember everything correctly." But he said, "But honestly, I've got to listen to it now because I don't think I said that." So I'm wondering if maybe they had him say something, but then they edited what he said. Maybe that really wasn't Walter Koenig's voice. Maybe it was someone else, or maybe it was an AI, or what. There's the possibility that they messed with Walter Koenig's line. I don't know, but he clearly was surprised at what he was told he said. And he said it was only like 3 months ago that he did it. So I don't know. It's something to follow up on one day.
I thought they filmed that back to back with season 2 of Picard.
I know that's what they said, but Walter Koenig said it was only 3 months ago.
Okay.
And they didn't do it in LA. They came to his house. So they said they could either do it, they could fly him in, or they could fly a team to him. He said, "No, they just come to me." And he said there was a sound engineer and a cameraman, even though it was only audio. For whatever reason, they sent the cameraman too, and they didn't use the big microphone. They just had him wired up with the little mic. And that was it. And they did it at his house, at his apartment. So anyway, it was very suspicious. Dan Ben says Singularity is one of my worst Enterprise episodes. Apparently, Richie Poole doesn't like it either. I liked it, and LDG really liked it. Dan Ben says, "I'm on an Android phone, and I noticed yesterday on live videos at the bottom right corner, there's a heart button. It's annoying in front of text." Yes, I have the same problem, Dan Ben, and I have it on website, on YouTube, on my Chrome browser. And it's a new feature YouTube is testing. I hate it as well. I hate it as well because it blocks the text.
I'm not a fan of it.
So if you get any feedback to YouTube, make sure you tell them you dislike it as well. Professor says, I like this episode. No, very good. So I think this is an episode that people either really like or really dislike for some reason. I don't know. I always enjoyed it, especially the read alerts. But I'm going to go ahead and get started unless there's anything else you want to add, Professor, before we begin.
Let's do it.
Okay. So headed to the screening room, and we'll count down, and we will begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on.
Engage.
A little slow, but it started. And we got people knocked out all over the ship. Science offices log. Enterprise is on course for the trinary system. The nearest Vulcan ship is 9 days away. You may only find debris, says T'Pol. Even if Enterprise makes it past the black hole without being destroyed, it seems likely the crew won't survive. And then we get the opening music.
Rather ominous opening.
Yes. Dan Benz is Bird of Prey, a YouTuber I follow, posted a video about YouTube discontinuing shorts.
Interesting.
Really? That would be, I would be surprised. I would be happy surprised.
Yeah, you haven't been doing your shorts lately.
I really don't like shorts. I will continue if they discontinue shorts. I will continue to do shorts tracks, but I'll do them. Maybe they'll be 2 minutes long, and as regular videos instead of as portrait videos.
I'm not a big fan of the shorts format.
I hated the shorts format. I thought my little shorts were funny. Don't get me wrong. I found myself watching them over and over again. But they were also just too fast. So without Dr. Phlox's assistance, T'Pol is not hopeful about reversing the effects. Thomas,
got a message. Yeah, go ahead.
Thomas is saying Bird ignores messages worse than Salty. Well, what did I miss?
Honestly, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yes, I'm on live chat, Mamo Prey. See, Mamo Prey is a pro. She knows about live chat.
Mamo Prey takes care of you.
She does.
We love
Thomas,
Mamo Prey.
I literally don't see any missing chats. Is your phone not working?
Maybe he
I
sent
don't
you
listen to the phone.
a message in another way.
Oh, I have. Thank you, Thomas. Nationallibrarians.org donated $1.49 and says, "Happy birthday, Jeff," with a G.
Gee, I wonder who that might be.
The nationallibrarians.org organization, I guess.
No, this Jeff with a G. Wonder who that could be.
Could be anyone.
No.
Apparently, Thomas, my phone was not making any noises. Chef didn't report for duty.
Riker didn't show up for duty?
Guess not. Why would you have to ask the chef if it's okay for somebody to do his job that he can't do?
It's his kitchen. Logical.
Flawlessly logical. She's not Chat GPT.
Thank God for that.
Where's the AI in Star Trek? Oh, it's the computer. Dan Ben, I'm aware we do not really see the chef.
I thought it was Riker.
Find out the really dark side of Dr. Phlox in this episode. My God, that's a really uncomfortable looking bio bed. Cinnabon Bunny says, "Happy birthday, Professor Brendan Speck."
Yeah, thank you, Cinnabon Bunny. Thank you for giving me those wishes like 5 times today. I appreciate it.
I think he's trying to butter her up.
I'm not sure what he's up to.
Just wants to make sure you know he wished you a happy
Oh.
birthday when it comes to Saturday.
I agree, Thomas. Cinnabon doesn't have to do that.
Well, I'm champion 2 weeks in a row, Thomas. Can Cinnabon say that?
Cinnabon, when do you ever listen to me? Besides, I didn't say that.
47 Yorktown, welcome. You don't have to be sorry.
Just glad you're here, 47 Yorktown.
Dan Ben says a list of AI in Trek. And Cinnabon says he's the champion for 96 weeks in a row now. Read alert. Dan Ben asks, what are those two circles on the top of the ship? Have to look again when the ship passes.
Dan Ben, that's why I like this episode. They all get obsessional.
I would not be able to be in that machine. Porthos. Hello, pop culture curator, Qapla. Porthos does not forgive or forget.
Oh, poor Porthos.
Dan Ben, I couldn't be in because of claustrophobia and my size. I mean, I might be able to fit in, but I'd be way too close to the edges. That's true. It's, I'm in a similar position as the captain, and I don't want to be thinking about the chair. Okay, he probably should have been suspicious of this fortunate turn of events.
Yes, he should have.
Though that was reassuring. Addie goes places, my friend, puts in a $5 super chat and says, "My name is Joe, Berto Frey 5, and Voyager is the best Star Trek ever, and Janeway is the best captain ever."
Wow, Bert, I had no idea.
I was paid to say that.
So you just say whatever people pay you to say?
Basically, yes.
Wow.
Pop Culture Curator says, thank you for the link. You're welcome, Pop Culture Curator. And for anyone who didn't see it, please help out if you can. I know most of you have this link already, but if you didn't know, our good friend Pop Culture Curator is going through some serious medical condition issues, and any help you can provide, there is a link. It is similar to a GoFundMe, but it's a different company website. If you can help out financially, whether it's $1 or $5 or whatever it is, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you can't give money, then if you could at least spread that link on your social media, it would be greatly appreciated as well. He's also, he's already raised money. We did other people, although I helped promote him also in the beginning, but a big help came the other day on Antiderivative Jill, Bed Life, and we're still pushing it. So please check it out. It's Give, Send, Go instead of GoFundMe. And Addie Goes Places this morning started streaming some city skylines. So if you're interested in watching him, it's mostly a travel channel where he does videos of him traveling around the world. But this morning or last night, he streamed a city skyline. So check it out if you're at all interested in travel or occasional gameplay. He usually plays chess, but he also occasionally plays other things. And Addie is actually home now and leaving again on June 17th. Well, even though he's home, he still puts up regular videos that he's taken from places all over the world. Even from last year, he has videos he's still working on. And Jim's Landscape LLC also puts in video links for various Star Trek fan productions. And Addie says he's so far behind. He still has his trip from Iceland, Greenland, and Tahiti to post. Dan Ben put in a link for episode mistakes. A pretty interesting effect for that tool. Seems believable. Oof. That was funny. The Paul's wondering, are these people more irrational than usual, or she just get used to them? Yes, Dan Ben, some of the obsessions are making them perfectionists. They're kind of all becoming perfectionists. Cinnabon says the Paul should mutiny.
I'm surprised she didn't suggest reversing course.
I question whether T'Pol should know that or not. Did you even turn off the pot?
Fortunate somebody on board is immune to this effect.
Everybody'd be dead otherwise. Just put on a tinfoil hat. Sure, it'll protect him. Uh-oh. Shower scene. It's great that the shower controls are outside the shower. $17. Just do it.
She needs help. Thomas says this is a ripoff of a Voyager episode.
What episode? Cinnabon says, open the bridge emergency escape hatch.
Thomas says 1.
I can't say I'm familiar with that episode.
That's the one where Seven's on the ship by herself. Everybody else is in stasis. She's the only one awake.
Okay. Dan Ben says 1 is the same as Enterprise Season 3, Doctor's Orders. Now on, Dr. Phlox is never to be trusted alone with a patient again. 1 centimeter shorter.
It did the trick. I bet it sounds a lot better.
Yes, I bet it's a lot shorter.
That too.
But we don't even get the first line. Like on Deep Space Nine, when Jake was helping Major Kira. At least we got to hear about why water reclamation was always considered such a dry topic. Cody Guy waves. Welcome, Cody Guy. LDG says 1,000,000 times better than Communicator, which was last week's episode. Dan Benz says, Bird of Prey, do you have a favorite captain's chair from Star Trek? I can't really say I have a favorite captain's chair. I guess the original series chair always holds a special place, but
that's iconic.
Yeah, I can't honestly say I ever cared much for whether the chair was, TNG or the Defiant. Obviously, there's no captain's chair on DS9, though he has his desk, but I don't think that counts. Like a ship's captain's chair. Yeah, the TNG, Episode D. The TNG Enterprise D. I guess you had the various movie enterprises. The Klingon Bird of Prey. That was always a pretty nice looking captain's chair.
I should have guessed.
Especially with the periscope that comes down and then the arms go over the chair. And like the periscope had like controls that seemed to turn the chair and the periscope at the same time. That was pretty cool.
Now, that was just part of Kirk's dream.
What? Oh, Kirk's dream. Yes, that's true. I guess, so I guess the original Enterprise, no bloody A, B, C, or D, and Klingon Bird of Prey are my favorite captain's chairs. LDG says Q's floating chair. No, I hated that chair. Honestly, I hated Q. I hated everything about Q. That scene with Q in that chair, it's like the worst part of TNG to me.
You didn't like Q at all?
Oh, I liked Q when he was pretending to be an admiral and or whatever else he was pretending to be, and walking around the ship. I hated Q when he was in that uniform, whatever he was pretending to be, some sort of judge or some sort of future judge. It looked ridiculous to me. I just thought it always looked awful. I hated it. For no logical reason I could provide. I just hated the look. LDG says the best chair is Barclay in the holodeck. That's where he makes the interface directly to the computer. Yvette says, thank you, Bird. Not one I remembered, and I understand why I did not. Meh. Dan Benz is not the Enterprise F office desk chair. No. Enterprise F. Have we even seen an F? LDGQ's floating. Yeah, I read that. Dan Van says Deep Space Nine episode with Nog where the guy wants to have his picture. Yeah. I remember that episode. The Great Mercurial River. What was it?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, the Great. I don't know. Whatever. The river will provide. We hear about Ferengi culture. Nog explains to Miles how the galaxy is made up of planets that have too much of one thing and not enough of another. And if you navigate with grace and skill, you will get profit. That's where we find out that 2309, even a better vintage of blood wine than his wife sent him. Martok. No. Good episode. Great episode of DS9. Dan Ben said they had like a Professor X chair on TNG. And also Star Trek Enterprise F. Oh, Shelby. Right. Shelby was on the F. I forgot. I already forgot. I already deloaded the Enterprise F from my active memory. Professor, anything? Oh, we're getting a call.
Uh-oh.
Hello? Hello? Yes, that's me. Can I help you? I shouldn't have said that. Oh, well. Anyway, Professor, what do you have going on today? Anything interesting besides your birthday?
I was thinking of going out to eat, maybe going to Outback Steakhouse. Haven't been there in a long time. I like their food, so I might head there.
You can get the audio prey. You want him to call?
Yeah.
Get you a discount?
Yeah, that sounds great.
And just text me with which Outback you're going to. Ozzy
okay.
Prey will call them up. And I'll talk to them in Australian and let them know that my good friend Professor Brainy Specs is coming in for his birthday today, so they don't skimp on the meal.
I'm not sure they'll
They want
recognize
a
the
fresh
accent.
bloomin' onion. Oh yeah, this is how they speak in Australia. I'll tell them that be very good with the Outback special and don't serve no dingo meat. Hello?
Hello.
Australia? Also, I'll have them check on the toilets to make sure they're flushing the right way.
But I'm not going to Australia. I'll still be in North America.
They have this special toilets in the Outback Steakhouse. They flush the other way.
Interesting. And Dan Ben, your statement confused me when you said not the Enterprise F office desk chair. I was thinking, did we see an office on the F? But I guess not. You were talking about on the bridge.
Okay. Oh, Professor, anything else you want to say before we get going?
I just appreciate that you do this and that you open this up for us to come up on the panel and watch with you. Appreciate it. And
Always
everybody have a
welcome.
great day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day yourself.
Thank
Great
you.
day, everybody. Again, a happy birthday to Professor Brandy Specs.
Appreciate it.
Qapla All, Bird and Panel out.